I don't know what to do. We've got the check engine light on. I've gone to the manual. It tells me everything I need to do. I've come to the front. Check engine is still here. This is useless. The light is useless. It's all here. We're screwed. We're living here. This is home. G'day guys and welcome back. We've made it
to Chili Beach.
Absolutely. So in the last episode, we just finished the Frenchman's Track. If you haven't seen it, I'm telling you right now, it was a cracker. But we decided that we'll quickly hang a left. We'll go and check out Chili Beach area and then we'll head back. So then we can show you this track as well, because it's another track heading from the PDR up to Chili Beach. All right, so we'll go and see what it's all about, what it has to offer. This here, absolutely gorgeous, but it's on that very, very windy side of the Cape.
Very windy. If you can't tell by the palm trees that are all constantly. Yeah, this your little mop.
Me new mop. Put a broomstick. You'd be laughing, I reckon. With the really good planning and well prepared people we are, we thought we'd actually drive out all this way, because in Portland, I believe it's called, they've got a cafe. We're like, surely it'll be open. We'll just go, one, support them, two, we're going to go and have a celebratory beer at the cafe and cheers to the accomplishment of the Telegraph Track. Unfortunately,
Frenchman's Track.
What did I say?
Telegraph.
Well, we finished that one too, didn't we? Yeah. So a cheers to the Frenchman's Track. I almost said Telegraph again. But unfortunately we can't. So it is what it is. So we will just show you guys around and see what we can find. Show you some of these river crossings. This one here has a sign. Some big croc seen recently apparently. So don't go swimming.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way.
Driving along, we've just found this little stop on the side of the road that says 70-metre walk in to go and have a look at this Tozer, I think, mountain. There's meant to be a platform, so let's go and suss it out. The mountain actually looks really cool from back at the road, so hopefully the platform is just an area that is open and we can have a look at this beautiful looking thing. Let's go and have a gaze. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. What a view, eh? It's still pretty windy out this way. I think we've covered about 30 odd Ks. You can still feel that wind come in. So we'll still be punching on, but we had to stop to have a gaze at this. That is spectacular. guys, we are refreshed and ready to go. That night's sleep was exactly what we needed after that hard yakka of last week's episode on the Frenchman's Track. Far out, we needed that, I tell you. We just pulled up. This part up here is like just a little gravel pit. But just down below us, there's like a little campground as well, which I think is right next to like a running little creek. So you can pull up there for the night, mate, as well. And we're out of the national park now. So this is free and there's no fees. You can't get done by the rangers. There's also a couple of camps like the Wenlock River, and there's like this other spot. So I wouldn't mind just popping in for myself to see what they look like. And we'll show you them as well. They're free. There are some other paid ones like station stays and stuff, I think, along this way. But look, we're sort of punching down south. We're just starting to really miss Luna. So, well, we have been for a long time. We've just been trying to do this area justice for you guys, to show you and for ourselves. You know, this is a massive bucket list item for us, this whole area. Let's get into it. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully there's some cracking little camps that we can share with you guys that would be worth pulling up to. Or maybe they'll be great for us next time we come up this way. And I say next time, mate, because this whole trip has just been unreal. I can see why people come up here yearly. It is just something so different about this place, so rugged, so remote. It's unreal. What a gorgeous little spot. We're near the end of the track, but there's the Wenlock River. Super easy to get into, this one. Cross the Wenlock River little area. It's all concrete and stuff like that on the bottom, so you're laughing. And then you just pull in to the left up on top of the hill. And then you just follow the track, mate, right to this. It is unreal. You got lily pads in the background, stuff like that. Look, I don't know if you're going for a swim. If you've stopped here and gone for a swim and you live to tell the tale, please comment below, let us know. Just be careful when trying to do that still. Normally I'll go into a spot and suss it out, or we just sit on the bank for a while and see if they pop their head up and just give it a bit of time. But I normally like to be able to see the bottom and see where I'm sort of going and just look at it, you know, like they're very hard to spot sometimes. So just be super careful out here. I love a good creek wash, so I'm always in them, but I really, really do my best to suss it out before we can. Or Maddie and I will take in turns. So Maddie will stand on the bank watching, and then and vice versa, you know what I mean? So I don't know, just be super careful. Unfortunately, the day that we're sort of making this video, yesterday, a gentleman lost his life. So when we're in their territory, we need to respect it and just treat it as such, because they want one thing and one thing only, and that's food, mate. So at the end of the day, treat them with the utmost respect you can, because it's not worth it, mate. Having a little wash or swimming in a water hole, fishing on the edge of a bank, it's just not worth it. Sorry for putting a damper on it. Beautiful spot, worth the night. We would probably pull up here, to be honest, but as I said before, we're looking to just keep putting in the Ks because we are missing Pup and we want to get back to Little Nugget. So we've just been driving along. Unfortunately, we've had a check engine light come on. I'm not sure if it is due to the Pasco River crossing and we've got a little bit of water in. I've made a few phone calls. We've been told we're only 24 odd Ks out of Cohen. So we've been told we should be right to just baby it into there. We are going to have to pull up for the night and then get into the mechanic hopefully tomorrow morning. And see how we go. Yeah, it's Sunday today, so anyway, that's a bit of fun for us. So let's see how we go for the next 20 odd Ks. Alright, so I feel like I've got to make it really disastrous and the world's going to end, alright? I need to be like that. Something's actually happened where something's gone wrong. Maddie, I don't know what to do. We've got the check engine light on. I've gone to the manual. It tells me everything I need to do. I've come to the front. Check engine, it's still here. This is useless. The light is useless. It's all here. We're screwed. We're living here. This is home. I really don't know what's going on. We babied it from 24 k's out just to get to this spot for the night. I know, we're stuck here. What a tragedy. Right next to this beautiful river. Always try and look at the positives, right? We're like a kilometre or two from Cohen. It's a Sunday. They're shut. I know they didn't get the memo that we were going to get a check engine light and they didn't want to stay open for us. Shocking. So we'll just camp here the night. I'll send them a message or give them a call in the morning. Try and book in, just see what the go is. If I can just have someone have a look at it. I don't know what could be going on, mate. There's electronics under the car. We've gone through, obviously, the Pasco in the last video. We've gone through 4 or 5 water crossings. So maybe water's touched a sensor. It's not liked it. Maybe there's water in the fuel. Maybe. I'm not a mechanic. I've read my book. There is a couple of things I can do, but I think I'll just leave it. Let them have a look tomorrow and go from there. Look, I'm not too worried. We are in the middle of nowhere, but we're not now. We're in Cohen, so there's a mechanic. What else can you ask for? Everyone on the bloody Cape York page says that he's an absolute legend and he'll do anything to help. So I'm really looking forward to that service. And luckily it didn't happen on the Pasco, in the Pasco. You know, it's one of those things. Always look at the bright side. I'm sure we'll be fine. Hopefully it's nothing internal or anything like that. Just something simple that I'm overlooking, or who knows, mate. But that's a bit of fun, isn't it? So we'll get to call this a beautiful spot home for the night. And I'm not sure if this will put a bit of a damper on our travels or not from here, whether we need to head to a major city or a place that has a bit more civilization and products around that we can grab. So stick around, find out what the verdict is. But this spot right here has my name on it. And if you've been watching this whole Cape Yorkie series since the start, when we first got up here, mate, that was one of our first campsites right on that beautiful little river over there. Today we're just down a little bit further, and I couldn't be more grateful to be in a beautiful spot like this and not stuck on the side of the road. So we don't need the SOS send help immediately, alright?
My Converse are wet.
Down that side.
Yeah.
Maddie's saying that we took in water in through our air filter or air vent thing. Whoops. Maybe the Pasco was a bit deep. We will leave the doors open and hopefully let this thing dry out because the floor's still wet. We're just stuck here forever.
Oh, bugger.
If anyone has a helicopter and can send like a care package, that'd be greatly appreciated. Don't you want to dramatise it? Like, what are we going to do?
Oh no, we're stuck here.
We're stuck. Oh.
Hey, the only issue is we don't have puppy. If Luna was
Oh.
here, I really wouldn't care.
we could call old boy. No, we can't. We could try and get a hold of old boy and say, hey, mate, head up. Come and camp with us in Cohen. Okay, we're going to enjoy this spot now. I've rambled on about the car. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll see what tomorrow brings. At the end of the day, that's a tomorrow issue, not a today. I can't do anything about it unless somebody swings past who knows a bit about a bit, mate. And I'll be absolutely cheering. I think it just started spitting. I'm going to go and enjoy the water. We've only just set up. Maddie's going to be like, oh my God, again? You watch.
Well, you wasted no time getting in there.
I told you guys should be on to me, didn't I? This spot's beautiful, mate.
So since getting the air fryer, we've been buying a whole bunch of different foods that we haven't had in a long time and testing to see if they're any good in the air fryer. So what we've got now is we're going to try and do some sausage rolls and party pies and see if they turn out any good. I really hope so because, I don't know, I just hope so.
Because we love them.
We love them. So one thing we've found with this air fryer as well is that it uses the same amount of watts no matter what. And get it? So we've found that cooking it at the highest on 200 is much better because it actually cooks them faster and you end up using less power. Even when you cook it what it says for an air fryer on like the directions of the packet, you usually end up having to cook it longer if you cook it at that temperature. So I've just been bumping her up to the 200 and it just
gives it a nice crunch.
Yeah, gives it a nice crunch and it cooks it faster with less power. So there's a little tip for you if you ever get one of these little mini air fryers.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I think the sausage rolls are done. Let's have a look. Not bad. What do you reckon?
Looks pretty good to me, mate.
So Beau's just done some maths that makes no sense to me, but he reckons it's used about 13 amps to cook these 6 sausage rolls. So if that helps. Alrighty, so the party pies have just finished too, and we made it with, I know there is power coming through the solar, which helps, but it stayed up to 81%. So that's pretty cool. Let's have a look and see how they went. There we go. Maybe not.
The mince is still hot.
Delicious.
Yeah, hot though.
Maybe we should take the lids off all of them.
Oh, that burns. Ah! You said it was edible.
Oh, I dipped my finger in it.
Well, if that's not a stitch up, I don't know what is. It's nice though. Good morning, guys. We are heading straight into Cohen this morning to go and see the mechanic. Look, I've started the car and there's no engine light today, which could mean that we just had water on a sensor after all those water crossings that we sort of did on that other track. So I'm still going to call into a mechanic and just get a professional opinion. Maybe he can chuck a scanner on it, get the code, and just see what was actually happening. We'll see if they have time. Wish us luck. Hopefully it was absolutely nothing and we are just continuing the journey, mate. That would be the dream. I don't know what they're talking about, mate. She's still here. Looks fine to me. This is it. We're done. No more travels. We're calling Cohen home. We've bought this little block of land right next to the road, and this is us now. Just joking. So it turns out it was a throttle body pedal sensor. All right?
Just pedal.
Pedal sensor. So I'm hoping, I've got my fingers crossed, that it was just a bit of water on the sensor and it was just playing up back and forth. What we're going to do is give it a risk. We are going to continue on and just see how it goes. The engine light's not on today, so let's see how we go. Let's see where we can get to. There's another place 108 k's down the road that has fuel and stuff like that. So fingers crossed we can at least just make it there and figure out what we're doing from that spot. So I don't know if we're being silly or not doing it. We have Starlink. We can still get a hold of RAC if we need to, but I think we should be okay. If it's fingers crossed, mate. All right. I know nothing about this stuff. The mechanic obviously can't tell you to go for it, and you should be right. They just said we just stay neutral. You make your own mind up.
I think the words were, it's adult rules up here.
Yes. Big boy decisions. Lucky I wore my big boy pants and I'm making one, all right? We're going for it. And then in the next 108 Ks, I'll see how the car sort of feels. If nothing happens, we might continue on the journey that we've thought about doing. If it's starting to have a little bit of a play up, I think we're going to call it for up here, head back to Mariba and go see Puppy. Either way, it's a win-win, mate. I don't mind. Alrighty. Sensor, we know what it is. Tick. Let's get on the road. We're just stopping for a quick coffee. This morning we got up and just tried to shoot in to see how we could go, getting it checked over. We're laughing, mate. We're out of here. We are at Musgrave Roadhouse. We're just topping up. We've made it the 108 Ks without anything coming up on the dash or going wrong. So you know what? We are going to commit to that track. We're going to head to Cooktown via Lakefield. We're going to head that way. We should be right though. I think it was just the sensor that got wet. So let's get into it. Let's go see what we can find along that track. I'm really looking forward to it. And fingers crossed, no more little troubles. Don't have a cow, man. That's all I wanted to say.
driving through this part of the national park, it just makes me think of like a safari tour or something like that, and that any moment now, like an elephant or a giraffe is just going to poke its head out from behind a tree.
Can you imagine like a lion just jumping out a gazelle or something like that? It'd be unreal.
It's just so flat and like, I don't know, that kind of ground. I feel like they should be there.
We have come close to sound like a lion though. We've seen a couple of brolgers.
Yeah, we saw some.
A very, very dangerous animal, that one.
Self-guided safari tour.
Come along.
There you go.
We are here at a place called Cow Pow. It's a national park. We booked the site thanks to Starling. Otherwise we would be up that creek without a paddle, full of crocs. Apparently all the signs around this sort of area is just saying crocs everywhere. So we might even spot ourselves a nice little leather handbag, see how we go. But I'm looking forward to it. We are sort of making our way to Cooktown and just exploring around this national park area. I'm sure it is going to be a spectacular drive, finding so many different things along the way. Already we've seen black galahs with the red tails, couple of kangaroos floating around, and our best yet, an awesome dingo. He looked wicked in the background. It was unreal. So to actually capture it was wicked. Hopefully Maddie got the right video, otherwise we're screwed, mate. All right, I'm going fishing. Let's see how we go. Come along with us. I'll show you what we got. Wish us all the bloody luck in the world, because we need it.
Yeah, we do.
Don't you be laughing in the background. You're not even on the board, mate. Just because I caught 2 dirty fish doesn't mean I'm not on the board. Got my rod, mate?
Yep, got me rod, got me lures. I'm going to catch a barra.
I got my rod too. I just can't attach a hook to the end of it. Good morning, guys. It is the next day. We are still here at Cow Pow. I got to tell you, the fishing was absolutely atrocious yesterday. Nobody caught any anyway, and none of the other campers or anything. So I'm still holding the excuse it's not me, all right? But I do apologise. I was going to come down here this morning, have another little flick, but I've just been chatting to other travellers, hey, all morning, and I've just loved it. I am absolutely in my element when I do that sort of thing, so it was absolutely unreal, connecting with people and just having a chat. I just love it, hey. What a spot, mate. Seriously, listening to this all night from our campsite was just unreal, hey. Those rapids coming through. Now, as you came in, all right, sorry, as we came in together, you and us, you would have seen Madi standing next to that sign that said 2023 level, and it was bloody above her head, mate. That's on top of this bank up there, all right? So the water was not only down here in this little part, it was that high up above that bank, which I don't know how high that is. I don't know if you can see Maddie in the background. That's against that bank, mate. I still cannot get over that. Plus it was then on top of her head again. She would have drowned up on top of that mountain hill thing. Wow. It still amazes me, this part of the world, how much water must charge through. What a beautiful spot. If you're heading around this area, certainly check out Cow Pow. There is also, we've seen on the drone, like a little river crossing where you can cross where the crocs are. I can't see any, but they're there. I'm not going to do it today because I'm not going to take the risk out here of anything electrically going wrong with the car again. It is still pretty wet under the footwell, so I'm just going to give it a few more days. I just don't want to take that risk anymore, especially an unnecessary one.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live.
That was Isabella Falls. What was your honest opinion, Dale?
Isabella Falls itself was beautiful. It's a little causeway, so you cross the river
Yeah.
ish. But just before that, you can get out and you can have a look at the falls, and it's really nice falls actually.
Someone was having a fish up on
Yeah,
top.
someone was having a fish up on top, somebody was having a sunbake down the bottom.
Yep. Don't know about Crocs,
No.
might be able to swim, didn't have no signs to say nothing. I quite liked them. I don't know. I'm glad we probably didn't drive all the way from Cooktown out to there
Yep.
to do it.
Yep.
Maybe. But absolutely beautiful nonetheless.
5 hours later.
Alrighty, so it's like 7 o'clock at night. We got to Cooktown and
We just chatted for ages with this couple that we chatted to in the morning. We caught up with them and they are just the best people in the world, hey? And they were unreal. And time just got away.
it did. Sorry, it's really dark. I don't know if you can see Beau, but he's right there talking.
Hello!
But time got away, we were talking, and we've decided, stuff it. We're gonna...
Here we come, puppy! She doesn't know what's in for her.
Yeah.
We have been 3 weeks without Luna.
Yeah.
It is, I don't know, it's the home stretch. We're 3 hours away. I'm going to make it there by 10 o'clock. Stuff it. We're going to get her.
We're going to see our baby.
So this is why you still have high beam spotlights when you travel in Australia, because sometimes you might do silly stuff to get somewhere.
But yeah, we're on our way to see our puppy.
I love it, hey. I'm excited. So, you're going to see us tomorrow
Yeah.
in
you'll see-
Mariba.
Tomorrow in Mariba with a little bit of daylight.
Yep. See you then. We made it back to Mariba. I got to tell you, it was unreal. We didn't get back until probably like 10:30. Luna has just been the best, hey. She has been so bloody cuddly. So we've just been catching up with her for the day, and now we're back. I'm due for a service, so we're just getting under. Luckily, these guys here were kind enough to say, yep, go for it. So we're quickly giving her a service, and we're just going to go back under every single bolt, check the tyres, see if there's any wobble, just check everything again. After a trip like Cape York, we rattle everything. So that's exactly what we're doing. I got to tell you, it is good to be back, hey. We miss Looney so much. I know you guys did as well. I will, before this video's over, I'll make sure I go and grab her and say good day with her. But for now, we'll finish this service, get the car, making sure she's just schmicko, ready to hit the next adventure, wherever we are off to. Let's see what we get up to next, hey. I'm looking forward to it. You see these dangly legs out there? I haven't run over anyone. That's just old boy, all right? Don't report me or anything. He's just there. See? He's still moving. He's alive. Don't stress. So next up is the fuel filter. I am interested in this one. I want to see if we got any water in our tanks whatsoever. Because of those crossings that we did in Cape York, look at me here, bloody hell. Those crossings that we did in Cape York, they did go over the tank level. They were well over where we refuel them and stuff. I know there's lines in there, but hopefully the seals and everything did their job, but we'll suss it out, see how it went. Fingers crossed, no water whatsoever is the goal. So that is the basic service done and dusted. Just the oil, changing all filters, everything like that, done. Thank goodness for that. You might ask, what do you do with the oil and stuff like that? So what we do is we always just buy a cheap bucket, like $1 or $2, whatever they are, and then we tip it back into the drum that we purchased the oil in, and then we take it to the tip. Normally it's free, or they might charge a fee for disposal or whatever. So that's exactly what we'll be doing either today or tomorrow. Now, as I said, because of a trip like that, we are just going to get under the car, go through absolutely everything. We'll jack it up, just fill the tyres, see how they sort of feel. Dad already checked the brakes yesterday, but checking the brakes, checking the drums, stuff like that, make sure it's all good. I'm hearing you. You're probably saying, I'm not a mechanic. Why would I even do that? But at the end of the day, if you do it enough, I've always thought, and like, yes, I've got Dad that helps me, which is great. So what I normally do is sometimes you just sit under there and look. And if you see something out of place, I can then call him and say, hey, this is happening. And then FaceTime him and say, is this right or wrong? Or I can try and look it up for myself. But if I know what the car looks like underneath and I see something that is different, then I know that it's obviously something's happened. So is it right? Is it wrong? 9 times out of 10, it's been fine. But you'll just learn your car. So definitely get under there, suss it out, learn your vehicle, and then that way you can stay on top of things and seek advice if you need to. So that's exactly what we're doing right now. We are getting close to the end. Old boy is now just checking the wheel bearings and swivel hubs on the front wheels. Everything is looking schmicko. He's retightened the handbrake. Fingers crossed it'll get us through for a little bit longer. Can you see this in the background? Hey? How exciting is this? We've got little Nugget back, mate. Little Nugget! She's back.
She's back. She's back.
Hey? You come to supervise, have you? Yeah? Oh, dear. You missed everyone. Oh, my goodness. Hey, they've missed you too. Yes, they have. Everybody's missed you too. Hey? Yeah. What an unreal adventure that is. I'll be 100% honest, the road that we just took with the Lakefield was a little bit boring.
Not quite our cup of tea.
But getting closer to Cooktown was unreal. Seeing those waterfalls, finally ticking them off the list, and getting back to Looney is a massive part of the journey. That is a great tick for us. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope we gave you some tips with the car as well, what to check and things like that. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to try and provide more tips and tricks that we sort of do along the way and stuff like that. All we have to do now is just grease every nipple underneath and then we're off. Not Maddie's, the cars. And we'll be off on the next adventure.
Wherever that may be.
Wherever that may be. We need to sit down, do a bit of a plan. All we've thought about is Cape York and we struggled to think past that. We're back with Luna and we're looking forward to getting back on the tracks, getting out there and exploring this beautiful country we live in. Thanks for being a part of it. You're an absolute bloody legend. It's just started raining. Luna's hating it. So we better get under the cover. Catch you next week. Cheers for being with us.